All right, no bullshit. This is why most European e-commerce brands are actually getting crushed by the US, Australian, and the UK market. I've seen this time and time and time again, so I wanted to make a video discussing this. Because the uncomfortable truth about European e-commerce is there's a huge mindset gap that's actually killing you. So I've spoken with hundreds of brands over the past 3 years, and I'm going to say something that might piss some people off. Your penny pinching approach to email marketing is exactly why American brands are eating your lunch. Because what I hear on almost every single European sales call that I have, not even a sales call, just maybe it could be an audit or whatever. It is at 1,500 per month for email marketing. That is way too expensive. Or we can handle this ourselves. We don't know. Email marketing doesn't really work as well in Europe as it does in the US. It's a different mindset and different consumer behavior. Let me tell you something. Consumer behavior in all of people's brains is the exact same. There might be a cultural difference. That's not the same thing, right? Customer doesn't like receiving emails. Absolute BS. And we'd rather invest in Facebook ads, which makes sense. People should invest in Facebook ads, TikTok, and Google. It's not either or, it's and. Everything ties in together. So the reality is that meanwhile, all of these brands that are doing 200K, 100K, 300, 500, whatever it is, but they refuse just, let's say, a fraction, 0.75% of their revenue in the marketing channel that delivers the highest ROI. That's a killer, and that's the issue, and that's why US brands are absolutely destroying most of European brands, because the numbers do not lie. US versus Europeans' performance, if we take email revenue percentage, it's close to 30-40%. In Europe, it's actually what I see most of the times, 18 to 15. I can't bump it up, to be sweet with you. I will bump it up to 25, but it doesn't ever get up to the 30, 40, 50%. They, and the US, invest in email at minimum in the best agencies, 3K. They could spend up to 10K in some instances that I've seen in my network. In Europe, especially in Scandinavia, they're like, oh, 1,000 euros per month to handle our email marketing? We don't know about that. And that's why US are killing you. I can never say this word. The sophistication about this is that they have advanced automation. They have an entire ecosystem. They are doing every single possibility or possible thing to increase and do better on the email. Meanwhile, in Europe, it's basic newsletters with one email sequence in a banner card. Check out some of our other videos depending on this. And the agency investment mindset is that what ROI can you deliver in the US? In Europe, it is how cheap can you make it? I might speak with all of the wrong brands in Europe, but this is something I hear a lot because they think, oh, Klaviyo, email marketing, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, I'm not requiring an ad budget. That's why it has to be cheaper than it is to paying an ad budget to Mark Zuckerberg or Google, and they have to pay the agency. They think, okay, then I can save a little bit because email doesn't require as much. Let me tell you, email requires maybe even more in terms of the ads. I don't know, probably the same, right? But the total difference is what ROI can you deliver compared to how cheap can you make it. That is killing all the European brands. And the customer lifetime value, the LTV, that is 3 to 5 times higher if you do email marketing correct. And again, European brands, they just have the basic setup. It's limited by discount dependency because they don't actually know better. They don't really invest in it. So I want to make you a reality check. US brands doing around 200K per month, they typically invest all 5, 8, 3K at minimum in their email marketing. European brands, and I've seen this, I've spoken with brands doing actually a lot more than this, they still think 1.5 is too expensive, which I don't know, I don't think it makes any sense at all, but I'm also biased. This isn't a coincidence. I speak to a lot of brands that have this mindset, and especially in Scandinavia. And that's why, again, US brands are just killing you. But who am I? I'm JP. I'm the co-founder of Marketing, where we transform email marketing to a neglected afterthought into a serious profit center. And I'm making this video because we work with a lot of Scandinavian brands. Now we're moving into Europe and the US market, where it's just a whole different ballgame. You'll get access to this Gamma doc so you can check out the social media profiles and whatnot. But I want to go into the detail of the cheap thinking. So what's actually the cost? So saving money on email marketing, that actually costs you even, you might not know, because let's do some basic math that every European brand owner needs to see. You have this scenario, 200K month European brand, email revenue 10%, US level, they do around 35%. There's a difference in 50,000 euros here just in revenue. And the annual opportunity, that's 600K. Do you want 600K more each year? Do you want 50K each month in revenue? Yes. if you say no, you don't do business. So your savings of 1,500, that's actually costing you 600,000 in revenue over a year. So the compound effect of this is the first year 600K, second year 720K. That's with your growth. Year 3, 850. So on a 3-year basis, you probably lost plus 2 million euros. Is that worth to you? But sure, save that 1.5K every single month. I'm sure you're doing the right decision. So here's why European brands are falling behind. Fundamentally, they have a flawed investment psychology. The European mindset is, oh, how little can I spend? Versus in the US, UK, Australia, it's what return will this generate me? Because European brands treat marketing like a cost center. US brands and the other guys, they treat it like an investment center. It's two differences, and that's why, again, Europeans are falling behind. The do-it-yourself delusion is what I call it. So we can handle this ourselves. If you want to handle every single marketing channel, you need to be an octopus, or you have an in-house department only focusing on email marketing. And I know what an in-house email marketing department costs, and it's a fraction of the agencies that you speak to. So the reality is that your marketing manager, as I mentioned, they handle every single thing, and unless they're octopus, you can never generate this much and this great of an ROI on your email. So the platform versus strategy confusion. European brands, they buy Klaviyo, set up basic flows, wonder that why the result sucks, and they never really feel like they can get a good ROI. US brand, invest in strategic partners who build comprehensive email ecosystems, as I call them. And the good enough trap is that Europeans celebrate 15% in email revenue, like it's an achievement, it's going so well, this is great. US brands see that the 15%, that's a starting point. We should just do that automatically almost, right? And the technical reality that European brands ignore is that deliverability engineering, behavioral segmentation, revenue optimization, and technical integration. You need all of this set up. Go check out some other videos, especially with segmentation, revenue optimization in terms of how you get the most out of your email, and then the technical. Again, won't go too into detail. Check my other videos for this, because your part-time marketing person, they don't know any of this stuff in order to maximize your ROI on your email. So we had a case study that just really want to show quickly, where European brand, typical approach, you see all these numbers here. US brands, almost the same actually. They just invested a lot more in email, where the difference is almost $700,000 in annual revenue. The investment difference is 62K annual. Do you think this is a good ROI? I think it is, you think it is, so get moving. What US brands what US brands understand that Europeans don't is that email marketing is an asset building. So every subscriber you get, that's a new ways to sell to. It's a revenue stream. Every flow is a 24/7 sales machine. Every segment is a profit center. So US brands, they build email lists like investment portfolios. If you can understand that terminology and that fundamentals in business, then you're golden. But if you have it like the Europeans are, that they treat email like it's a necessary evil. It's like, it doesn't really make sense, does it? We get more on Facebook and Google ads. Expertise is worth the premium. If this agency can generate 35% of our revenue from email, 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K, 8K per month, that is cheap. Europeans, they think, 1.5K is too expensive for email marketing because I don't pay an ad budget. That's why I should actually save more, even though that it would make sense to invest more here. But I don't know. I'm not the European mindset, even though I'm Danish and European. So compound growth through email. Brands understand in the US that sophisticated email marketing doesn't just drive immediate sales. It also increases your lifetime value. It reduces your CAC. It creates a predictable revenue stream. So for example, when your Google or Facebook or TikTok inevitably will fuck up sometime, you still have all your email subscribers that you can still sell to. What a wonderful experience, right? Wonderful tool. And it also builds a defensible competitive moats because at some time, again, ad costs are rising. It's the same with email, but ad costs are rising way more or way higher, way quicker than your email cost. So we hear a lot of excuses from Europeans brand, and they just keep it small. 1.5K per month to an agency, that is already really cheap. You won't find a premium agency for this price. And you're unwilling to invest that in your email marketing, your most and highest ROI channel. That's 0.75% of a 200K month business. Starbucks spends more that on just coffee beans. Just on coffee beans. But sure, keep telling yourself that you can't afford like premium professional email marketing while your revenue stagnates and your competitors are just scaling through the roof. Your move. So are you ready to stop thinking like a small European brand and start scaling like a US powerhouse? The data doesn't lie, the numbers doesn't lie. I think it's called like women, men, children, everybody lies, but the numbers don't. All of these results speak for themselves. The only question is whether you are ready to act on them. European customers are different. No, they are not. As I mentioned, Europeans use just as much as the Americans. They buy online just as much. They respond to well-crafted, valuable content just as much. The difference isn't your customers, it's your approach. Consumer behavior, consumer psychology, everything is the same. There might be some cultural differences, but that doesn't make any sense in this argument at all. Email marketing doesn't work in our market. I don't know how many brands we've helped with selling flowers, dog equipment, menstrual products, fashion, obviously. So Brødrene Simonsen fashion, Bloomit is a flower web shop, Femico menstrual products. The channel works. It's your execution that doesn't work if you can't, do this correctly. We can't afford premium email marketing, the biggest BS of them all. If you can't afford actually to invest in email marketing, then I don't know why you're running a e-commerce brand in the first place. So you can't afford not to invest in professional email marketing because every month you delay, there could be another like 50K lost in revenue. And with the highest profit margin, you won't see this profit margin on Meta or Google Ads. So the bottom line is that Europeans brands, they're getting crushed because they think like penny pinching traditionalists, while US brands think like growth focused entrepreneurs. And I think that's the biggest difference there is from the European mindset to the US mindset, to be honest with you. Because if you're reluctant to invest 1.5K in the highest ROI marketing channel available, that's why US brands are dominating in the global sphere. That's why European brands struggle to scale. American companies acquire and actually buy and merge and whatever they do. Why you're just stuck watching others succeed. The data are clear, results are proven, choice is yours. Don't say that nobody wants you when your US competitors continue to eating your market share while you're busy saving money on email marketing. So you can either, you have two options. You can either take action and stay small, keep doing what you're doing, get these 10-15% from email, just get eaten up, wonder why you can't scale past, and then you can blame all the other factors for poor performance. Or you can do the option two, adopt this mindset, which I have adopted, and you should too, and invest in professional email marketing, invest in professional Facebook ads, invest in professional conversion rate optimization, invest in SEO, invest in professional yada, yada, yada. I'm just talking about email here because I think we need a mind shift in Europe. And then you want to build sophisticated, automated revenue systems. Automated, sophisticated, segment. You need all of the good stuff. With that, you can generate 30-40% from email, and you have this, you own this, and then you can scale systematically to 8 or 9 figures or whatever your goal is, and the choice is yours. And if you want someone to help you with all of this, then again, book a call in my calendar. I won't try to sell you anything on the call. I'll go over your Klaviyo account or MailChimp or whatever you use, and we can just take it from there. Do you want to see how much revenue you're actually missing out? You can open this link, and I will, this is the wrong link. This is also the wrong link, so let me pause. You can click right here. You can go in and calculate your email marketing ROI. So let's say you have a monthly revenue of 160, you're doing around 12%. Your potential email could be, let's say if you're a killer, that's 30%. Monthly subscription, that depends. Let's just put it at, let's say 1,500. And then you can go in and optimize like what do you want. So we have a fundamental, you have scaling, and if you want the premium, this is the minimum, absolute minimum. This is what you get. Your current revenue is this, the potential revenue is this. You can see the ROI in here. Does this make sense? It probably does. Like all of this makes sense. So yeah, why on earth wouldn't you book a call? That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, there you have it. This is why most European e-commerce brands are actually getting crushed. And yeah, click the link in the description if you want access to the scammer and the calculator. And thank you for watching this time.